Morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, LT. What's up, LT? How you been, brother? I don't know if you've been on any of my lives lately. Whew, am I tired? Exciting news. We'll be heading to Ohio soon. Then after that, we're heading to see Keith. And then after that, we're heading to St. Thomas again. And then after that, we're heading to, where are we at? We're heading to Vegas. And then after that, we're most likely going to be getting a house, rental house anyways, first year. We're going to rent a house for a year in Vegas. So keep your prayers for us for safe travels. I'd appreciate that. Oh, what a morning. Thank God. Thank God to be tired. Thank God for another day above ground, good or bad, win or lose. And we've been through some interesting, tough times lately. So thank you all for sticking around. I think we're about to be a lot more on the lives. Yeah, I think so. Oh. Been good. I hope you as well. Yes, been good, busy, but good. Thank you, LT. Good morning, LT. You can see right down here if you're TikTokers. Good morning, LT. Hold on. Good morning, Flesh, but I got to get my other thing set up. Sorry.
What is this artwork? Comedian by Mauricio Catalan, worth 6.2.
Safety trade. There we go. Safety trade. Okay. And we're off. I think we're all set now. All right. So, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Good morning, Fletch. Boy, those last several mornings, I barely had time to even, one time I didn't even turn my volume on, the speaker microphone on thing. I was laughing so hard. Good morning, Glow. What's up, Mike Galinsky? My best friend of 45 years. Well, my wife's my best friend, but you get the idea. Good friend. Very, very good friend. And his sister, actually, Michelle. Good morning, Arginus Luna. Good morning, Sog. And good morning to everybody on TikTok also. Old Skill Mick, Lazarus. I'm sure Larry's joining us. What you are mostly looking at, there we go, is the
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
The Bitcoin, the crypto version of the safety trade system. Some of you are like, oh, that sounds scammy. It's not really going to do anything. Yeah, some people really straight up like to trade crypto. Crypto only. Obviously, safety trade system works on all different symbols, over 1,000 different ones. So far, we've figured out about 150 of them it works on. But if you can chart it on TradingView, you can actually use the system with that symbol. The challenge comes in, we're going to make it where it's basically you're only going to get one room with the crypto. you're only going to get the Crypto Hydra 7. You're only going to get, oh, there's my Uno reverse. There we go. Oh, look at this. Welcome to the Uno reverse steroid rifle signal room. So when you see these, you'll be able to take a signal as they come out. There'll only be a couple caveats, but that's up to you whether you want to take the signal or not. And then the Hydra, and then the Hydra, and then the Hydra, and then the crypto. Yep, all these are good. We're going to check some of those today. Actually, we'll have time. It's going to be a very, very slow-paced, long show, just so we're clear. And we also have a gold. Look at gold go. Told you. We also have a gold safety trade system also coming out. Just so it gets people's attention. Look at that fucking 12-hour. I told you it was a 12-hour gold buy. Boom, baby. Told you silver follows. Boom, baby. Some people crack me up. Anyhow, but that's gold. And it was a 12-hour buy, and you would have entered in off the orange line. We'll teach you that. What was that? I can't even see because I got too much shit on my screen. It was around here at 3,222. You'd have made about $100 an ounce, which is enough to retire any professional trader. What's up, Lazarus? Good morning. Thank you for coming on this morning. Yes, sir, of course. Sorry I haven't been on as much lately, but I'll be back on a lot more. It's been a very fluid last 5 weeks, but a very good last 5 weeks. I ask your prayers for Keith Palmer, the great Keith Palmer, and I ask prayers for my lovely wife, beautiful, kind-hearted, and beautiful wife, Bree, and of course for all of our Kim that helps us out, and all of our safety trade crew, including Basil. My son is now doing some work for us. Thank you for that, and ask blessings upon him and everyone that we know and love. I ask blessings upon each and every one of you, actually. In Jesus Christ's name we pray and thank you for these things. There's Larry. I knew Larry would be here. Good morning, Larry. What's up, Shiraz? Yeah, Bree says hi to everybody, too. Hi, Kevin, Bree. Hope you're all good. Yeah, been great. All right. You have a beautiful buy opportunity on XRP. I hope Kim catches these. It is going to go back up to well, let's put an alert there so I can see it too. $2.53. Love this trade. So from wherever it's at, it's going back up to $2.53. And then it's going to go back up to I don't know, pick one. $2.60, $2.80, $3, $3.20, $3.50, and $4. As we're looking right now, Bitcoin is already done. You can clearly see Bitcoin right here. Has already peaked up. This is a weekly buy. It is, as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin is complete. I am calling it to 115 and 120. But the reality is it's already gone up to its yellow line. It's already gone halfway up. It's already gone to its orange line. And well, that's interesting. You guys don't see when that thing comes up? Huh. I'll have to watch that on my thing. I thought you guys saw that. Maybe you don't. At any rate, Bitcoin's completed. XRP is not. You can clearly see right here. The yellow has gone up and been touched by the green. The green has gone up and touched the yellow, I should say. It has not over here. Sevens, if you guys all see this point, this distinction. Good morning, Hydrogic. That's a different name. How about Hydro? I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering anybody's names this morning. Good morning and God bless you, Orlando Walters. Okay, so you guys can see that. I'm so happy. You guys are catching on lately, I swear. Good morning, Trade Gun. How are you, sir? Good morning, Ace Bullet. Good morning, Rich OBX. If you guys can see that, I hope you can. Yep. There you go. So now you guys are getting it. I'm so happy. Now look at this problem. Opportunity. Problems are just opportunities in disguise, that's all. This isn't the same, is it? What do we see here? There's something off with Ethereum. You see, it's not the same. Look at your bullshit detector. Look at the sniper. So this blue line is low. That means we have to go up a level. Now remember, this is a learning session, so chill with any kind of questions regarding symbols and stuff. Good, thank you. Oh, good, TradeView. Rich OBX, I pray you're doing good also. Now look, this pink line has crossed the blue. That is indicative that we have to go to the next higher time frame to see what's going on with Ethereum. So watch this. We're going to go to Ethereum on here. Okay. And maybe. There we go. Can I separate out the time frames? Hold on 1 second on this. Let's make this our weekly. And this is going to, well, actually, we're going to have to make this our 3 weekly. And we'll make this our weekly. And then we're going to go over to Ethereum. Okay. Now, let's take a look. Oh, it isn't. It's even up higher than that. Let's go up to here and go to monthly. And now we found what we're looking for. All right. So this right here. And we're not going to stay on these charts. I don't like the way they're set. So now you're looking at Ethereum, which looks weird on our weekly. You can see the pink crossing blue, but now you can see the pink line drop down with it, and you can see the standard orange line high. This is a green right here. This is your safety trade. This is actually the safety trade forming. This is classic safety trade right here on the monthly. So let me draw out what I mean. What you see is the red, right? So red comes down, and then it's a fill in the gap trade, and it's above the previous upward sloping W. What you're seeing right here is the straight classic W was my system, right there. Pink crossing it. Well, this pink line coming down is this pink line coming down right here. The blue line coming down is the pink line coming down right here. And this is your orange line above here. So when you see, all you need is a sniper. When you see these two things, on any two time frames with a higher time frame right here, this is a buy. But this also is what you call a W. You can clearly see the M in the middle. It's going to hook, come back down, and come up. Take profit will be off the yellow. Take profit will be off the orange. And in this case, take profit will be off the center of the W. Then it will go higher than it ever was before. And that is all how you would read this. So let me go over that again, and you guys type out 7s if you understand where I'm going with this. You can clearly see, let me zoom in just a little bit for you right here, that this is, oh, you do see it, but you do not see it on thing. That's funny. It's 3 week, Cal Verlander Wilder says. Not sure what you meant there, but I'm sure you're right. Here we go. Now look, this right here, this blue line right here, see how it goes blue line down, up, blue line down, okay? Then you can tell, fill in the blank that is your W. You come over here, that blue line is the pink line right there. So this right here, this blue line on my sniper higher time frame matches the exact same blue line over here. Yay, pretty fucking cool. Then you come over here, you have your normal, this would have been a 3-month monthly buy stop right here. We don't care, it's right here. This is the fill in the gap. This is your red space that fills in the puzzle. And again, some of this is a little more advanced for some of you. I understand that, I can't help that. Then you come over to here. You're gonna see the orange line stays above, right? So it's only a possibility of a buy. You can see price action went below, but the orange stayed above the other two. right? And then you have this right here, doot, 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 doot. And you're going to see that hook up. And this is typical on the higher time frames. They always do an M in the middle of a W. This is an upward sloping W. I'm sure this will finish that way. And then that's how you read it. So what it might look sloppy and not like a true buy on, although this is green, red, and then it will turn green again. You can clearly see this was the middle of another W over there, actually, right here, here, and here. You can still see them all clearly. You just have to know what you're looking for. So this is not a very sharp looking weekly on this side, but it is corresponding to the monthly perfectly. So this is a weekly, monthly buy stop, and then your take profits on this trade would be based off of, I would base it off the higher time frame. So take profit 1 would be right where it's at. It just hit it, 2,500, which I told you that's where it's going. We're doing a little in-depth dive on Ethereum right now. And then it's going to go to 3,000, and then it's going to go to 3,500, and then it's going to go to 4,000, and then it's going to go to 4,500, and then it's going to go to 5,000. And that's Ethereum.
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
Oh, it's going to take a long time. Good morning, Dennis. Great day to you, Taraya Edwards. Oh, this is a very long-term trade. Yeah, this will take months and months to complete. Sevens, if you guys got all that, or at least most of that, you can rewatch it at your leisure later. But yeah, that's what Ethereum's going to do. That's why it looks a little bit off. But that's why I have a separate crypto edition coming. Because some of the cryptos aren't exactly like our 5, 6 different indices. So yeah, that's what that says. 7 sevens. Yep, Lazarus got it a little bit. Trade Gun, Rich OBX. Yep. Now the name of the of this is a don't watch unless you want to learn a consistent way to profitably trade. You're learning a consistent way to profitably trade. You literally had, I called Bitcoin because, well, I called Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was an easy call, right? Pink, purple to the blue, fill in the gap, blah, blah, blah. There it is on the orange. There it goes up to the thing. I called all of that for you as it was happening live every day. Just go back and watch it. When you go, good. Some of you did catch it on YouTube. Orlando, Fletch. Yep, LT. Good. Larry Cooper. What's up, Larry? So yeah, the boom, right? And then this one looks odd, and then this one is correct too. And you're looking at weekly XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They always move together. What I'm trying to show you is that XRP still has more room to go up. Pink going up, this will cross. I'm not saying Bitcoin is down, not hardly at all. We can go up to a higher time frame and Bitcoin still has movement, right? But I am saying that XRP is following, always does, always will, always has. And then Ethereum is following. In this case, Ethereum has a lot more upward potential than Bitcoin, and it has a lot more upward potential than XRP. Out of the three of these, though, I would go with XRP because it's done an artificial pullback to the orange line, but to below the orange line right here, and it's going to go back up to the orange line. Now, if you're looking for longer-term results and you have patience of a saint, then you can go ahead and go to Ethereum. If you don't mind watching paint dry, you can go to Ethereum. It's already gone up huge. I don't know when Larry got in, but it's probably somewhere minimum around here, about 1,800-ish. Yeah. And it's gone up to 26. So it's probably made $1,000 a coin. Larry loves Ethereum. So does everybody understand the explanation of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP? Good morning, Matt Parker. Welcome, Matt. I hope you're getting close to retirement. Good morning, Rashawn Warren. Good morning, Dennis. Thank you, Sog and Lazarus, for answering, and a few others of you. All right, so that's how I would read and interpret Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, and I would use the same interpretation to any symbol that's a crypto. Does anybody have any questions over that or anything else? Please feel free. Remember the one hater guy that was here the other day? He's never emailed in. He's never sent his phone number. Isn't it funny how people talk so big and say all these weird things, and yet they're keyboard warriors? It's so funny to me. Funny, funny, honey. Funny. Okay. Now then. Isn't this great stuff? Got in at 1810, says Larry. There you go, Larry. Larry knows. Nice. Oopsie. Don't want to lose my... I'm glad you're liking it, Lazarus. Yay. Risen from the dead. All right. Does anybody have any questions over anything? Did anyone get caught in a trade they shouldn't have been in? Did anyone have a trade go against them? They hate because they are jealous. Shiraz. Yeah, I believe you, Shiraz. Yeah, I think it's funny. Like all of those, Coach. Love Solana too, says Matt Parker. Nice. Yeah, Solana is really good. I have no problem with Solana. I just use those three because those are the three that match up the best. That's all. I love Ethereum, says Orlando. Great. No room for haters, Coach. Calls, wins daily. Can't compete. They can hate all they want. Haters gonna hate. I think it's funny. All they do is give me more messages and more views, and they help get all my stats up, all my numbers up. So while they're hating on me, they're helping. Tell me that isn't funny. And plus, it gets me riled up, and I get to get smashing sometimes. I love it. I wish the great Keith Palmer would join us this morning. We'll see. Haters gonna hate. Hate me up. There we go. That's better. All right. No questions? All right. Then I'm going to come back over to here, and I'm going to use this as our little opportunity to teach y'all something. Look at Keith Fash. I just love Keith. He's so cool. Keith is so funny. All right. I swear that game mode thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, I haven't even looked at my trades. Oh, look at that. It kept in. Look at that. All right. For the haters out there, let's be clear. I have a gold trade in since January the 13th. So this is the same. This is so weird that I stayed in the same account. I rarely only show you my one account. Sometimes I show you 3 accounts I'm trading with, 2 accounts I'm trading with. Sometimes I show you 1 account or whatever. With this particular account, I've stayed in all year. You can clear. As a matter of fact, since last year, this has been since November. But at any rate, this is since January. This is the trade time. A buy, a lot size. This is your volume, how much you're getting at one time. A 1.0 is huge, by the way. That's fucking huge. Even for gold, that's huge. Gold, the symbol, that's the symbol gold. This is the price. This is my stop loss, which is above it, which means this is a risk-free trade. I don't care what happens to gold. I'm making money on it. This is the profit, which is $70,000, which is 700 pips. Okay? So that's how you read this entry. If you come over to here, this is a 430. This is the first time I called out the US 30 buy and NAS and SPX buys, and I've stayed in it ever since 430, which is April the 30th, a buy, a 0.50 lot size, which is a shit ton smaller than a 1.0, a shit ton smaller. Okay, and then you come over here to US 30, price in, stop loss above it, current price, and then it's up 700. This is up 1,400 pips right now, actually, 1,464. Whatever, it's right around there. You get the idea. So it's up 1,400 pips because it's double. This is a 0.5, and a 1.0, this would be 700, but this is 0.5, so technically it's double. You come down here to the 1.0, it's up 192 pips from yesterday. This is a yesterday buy. You can clearly see the time in-ish with all my shit on the screen. You really can't, but it's right there. And then that's it. So that's how you read this trade. Oh, and then for other haters / doubters out there, let's see. Kevin has all kinds of trades underneath here that, oh, no, I don't. Yeah, so people, some clown in our own group said, well, he did apologize. I shouldn't call him that. Okay. Some person in our own group said, oh, you have trades you're not showing. You're blowing your account. This isn't the same account. Really? Same motherfucking. Now, I'll draw out money from time to time, so it might go lower, like 20,000, 50,000, whatever. But yeah, no, this is my same account from January, and there's my trades, all of them done live with you. All of these trades, this trade yesterday was placed live with you. I told you when I did it, and I'm surprised it didn't tap out, to be honest with you. But this is called a runner, and sometimes you get lucky, and a gold runner stays running for 5 months. I told you it might, and it has. Sometimes you get lucky, and it stays running for a couple months, right here. Sometimes it gets lucky, and it stays running for a day or two, right here. Does everybody understands my trades? Yes or no? Oh, repeat. Good morning, Jackie. Yes, Orlando, I'll go over that for you. You guys all understand the trades, that it is the same account. Some people, they look for anything other than to say, hey, Kev might actually be a decent trader. They look for any hate. It's so funny to me. All right, time for a few little. All right, I gotta do some stretches too. I don't know how to get to my push-ups, though. I guess maybe I can try this. Nice. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to go out. All right. You understand 777s. What's up, Jackie James? Good morning, Jackie. Good morning. Oh, yeah, you did say Jackie. There's Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. I think we're good. All right. We're back. Now, Rich says yes. Good morning, D Nice, old school Mick. FGA Jones. Good morning, Larry, Cooper, and Lazarus. All right. Let's get that off of there then. I swear to God, people just look for the weirdest things. I don't know. Some people project their own non-belief onto others. Part of this is you have to believe you can. Kevin might be a God sent for us. That's what they should say. No. Jesus Christ gets all the glory. I'm a nobody, a vessel. Truly believe God used me. I was 100% losing trades 100% of the time for about 2.5 years. I was a horrible trader. And I just kept, let's go into psychological things of trading. Here we go. So let's go ahead and go over this real quick. The mental side of trading. Okay. I lost, I say all of my trades. I might have made like a penny win. I lost 99% of my trades for the first, I'd say 2 to 2.5 years. A broke clock was right more often. You know how that saying goes? It's true. I lost, $26,500 real money, which I used to think was a lot. Then I've caught different members have lost $500,000 and so. But yeah, it's a lot of money to me at the time, which I did not have. I only kept going because I had a child. With a health condition. Everyone but Bree gave up on me, including my own mom, God rest her soul. So, how did I keep going? How did I keep going when all this was against me? Everything was against me. I was losing. I couldn't win a trade to save my life, right? No, I tried trading the opposite, Rayshawn, and no. Somehow the market immediately moved against me. I did. I thought just like Rayshawn. I thought, well, damn, if I just place the trade and I think it's a buy, it's going to be a sell, I'll just go ahead and nope. That shit did not work. So how and why? Well, the why was there. So how did I keep going? The why was my motivation to take care of my youngest child so he didn't have to work a third shift job unless he wanted to. So how did I stay motivated and keep going? Okay? That's what I'm saying, Kev. You're a vessel he uses to make us beat the BlackRock and others. All right. So how did I keep going? How did I stay focused on this? First of all, let's start from the beginning. Can any traders here relate to what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I would place a trade and immediately I would see it go negative. Like you think, oh, well, it's up, maybe 25 cents, 50 cents. I was doing 0.01s on ERUSD, right? And I was thinking, well, yeah, that'll work and I'll get money there and I'll do that. No, and huge fucking no's. Okay, that's the phase that I am going through now, and a lot of people gave up on me because of trading. Yeah. Oh, no. Even my own mom, my sister, brother, because I kept telling them, oh, I got it figured out, and I didn't have it figured out. And they just kept saying, you're never going to figure it out. The child I was trying to help, both of my children, for all my friends, they all gave up on me. Tri Edwards said yes. Yep. Orlando Waters said 7. Yeah, if you're all true, we've all been through this. All been. Lazarus said me too. Yep. It's so relatable. We all, and that's how and why. Let me be clear. What's up, Johnny Green? Good morning, Johnny Green. We're just going over a few things. It's actually been a pretty good session tomorrow. You might want to rewatch it. Arjun's Linda said me. Yep. So that's when I tell you guys, when you come over to here and you see this facts, the old ways of trading. And it's not just me, because that's another dingy person out there that's a hater that's so weird. It's a female one. God, it's so weird. Where she goes, oh, you just couldn't, it didn't work for you. No, the old ways of trading fell over 99% of the time. Let me be clear. I believe that you have to ignore the entire trading industry, or at least 99.99% of it. That includes the news and technical data. Do not matter at all, ever, for nothing. Price goes up and down because the market is manipulated. They are not leaving $7.2 trillion a day, Forex market alone, to chance. They know where it is going. So do we, thanks to the system. The old ways we were taught to trade, like Fibonacci retracement and all these VWAP volume. I know all the ways. There's no way of trading that I haven't heard of / done myself. RSI, volume, they all suck. And we know for a fact that they're failures because studies have shown that more than 97% of traders lose money over time. Less than 1% of traders are actually profitable. So we're not dumb. We're not alone. 99% of the traders are just like us. So do you understand that they do not leave? Price goes up, price goes down. Because the market is manipulated, they are not leaving $7.2 trillion a day profit to chance. Let me add that word in there because some of you are super slow. To chance. They know where it is going. So do we, thanks to the system. Do you all understand that statement that the markets are manipulated? They know where it's going. You wouldn't leave $7.2 trillion a day to chance. They don't leave $7.2 trillion a day profit. Everybody understands that, yes or no? Larry says yes. Lazarus, okay. So all the ways they taught us to trade are wrong. It's as simple as that. Okay? Can't even spell the word motivated, right? He can't even spell. How can he trade? Those people out there will say that. Can you hear the ignorance in their voices right now? I'm the worst speller ever made. Even with spell check, I spell things wrong. I'm terrible at spelling. Rayshine, yes. LT, yes. Dennis Schneider. Morning, Dennis. Yes. Okay. So how do I stay motivated? The last time we talked about this, I gave you a mantra affirmation. But let me be clear. This is how everything works in life, whether you have a mental health condition or a physical health condition, or whether you have a situation such as this. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab this one. Hold on one second. Hold on one second while I get this set up. Downloads. This is okay. Good, got that. All right. So how do you stay in this right state of mind to trade correctly? One, you need to be in alpha brainwaves. This is going to make you guys laugh. What the fuck are alpha brainwaves? Remember, you guys asked for the psychology part of things. Here you go. All right. Good morning, Alex. Rayshawn, my pride and fear of working a regular job the rest of my that's a good motivation, Rayshawn. That'll work. And good morning, Alex. Hope you're having a good morning. It's been a good show. Good morning, little Joe. It's been a good show this one. I think you guys should rewatch this one. I don't know if anyone would agree or not, but I would. The Pink Pony Club. Da, 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 da. Good morning, Builder Las Vegas. Welcome, Builder Las Vegas. Good to have you on the show. Okay. So, you need to be in alpha brainwaves. What does alpha brainwaves mean? Let's be clear.
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
You have brainwaves, theta, alpha, beta, all these different brainwaves, right? Well, what happens is you need to be in alpha brainwaves because everyone's in beta. Beta brainwaves means your stress response. Your cortisol levels are spiked. Your norepinephrine, I can't never say the word, is spiked. All your bad little hormones are spiked when you're in beta wave. You're in the fight or flight. No healing, no learning, and no state of calmness can happen. So when you're in beta brain waves, which 99.9% of us are or were, that's when you're in like a survival mode, nothing's safe. You're constantly angry. You're blowing your horn. You're flipping people off when you're driving. You can't really, truly relax. You're thinking of 1,000 things at once. And that's your sympathetic. You need to get into your parasympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic. And how do you do that? How do you go from being in your beta brainwaves down to alpha? Now, theta is for sleep and so on. And there's gamma above beta. But, you know, the general rules I'm using here is beta is bad brainwaves. Alpha is good. B and B. Beta bad, alpha good. So how do we get to the alpha state? Alpha is where you're calm. Alpha is when you are, here, matter of fact, hold on one second. Keep that. And by the way, type out the word 7. Type out the number 7 or the word yes if you want me to go ahead and have these kind of sessions with you where you can have the psychology and the right state of mind. Let me know if you like these sessions. Last time everybody did. Na, 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 na. Pink Pony Club. All right, I'm back. So let's see. 777s, Builder Las Vegas. Little Joe. Good morning, Little Joe. So those are yeses over there. Yes, 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 yes. Please do, says Orlando Walters. Okay, so here we go. Let me put this back here and we'll get to that later. All right. So every drug, therapy, coping, and external coping mechanisms and internal regulation skill sets, everything that you're trying to do in life, whether it's lifting weights to get bigger, to lose weight, to become less stressed, everything in life comes down to one thing: slowing down the brain waves from beta to alpha, because you need your nervous system first. You need to heal your nervous system first. Beta waves are bad. You can't heal when you're in the brain waves. You can't trade properly when you're in beta waves. Cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline are all released when you're in beta, which causes anxiety, voices in your head, psychotic breaks, survival mode, insomnia, scared, afraid. Also, it causes mental disorders such as bipolar, BPD, and seizures. When you're in beta wave, you are not in a healthy state of mind. When you learn how to regulate, this is my writings, this is my teachings, by the way. Y'all can use it. You want to write this all down, by the way. Okay? When you're in alpha waves, they're good, great, causes safe feelings. You're calm, healing occurs. This is your parasympathetic mode. It releases all the good hormones like serotonin, which is made by sunshine and walks, dopamine, which is made by listening to music and other things and checking off to-do lists, oxytocin, I can never say the words right, hugs and doing things give you that, endorphins by working out. So when you're in alpha wave, your genes are turned on, literally, which in turn makes proteins like tryptophan, which in turn makes serotonin, which in turn makes you happy because serotonin is the happy hormone. So the question is, how do you go from beta to alpha? Okay, did anyone follow all that I just said? Does anybody want me to repeat that? Type the word yes out. Because what I just dropped on you was a truth bomb for mental health, for your state of mind. And yeah, that what I just dropped on you is, honest to God, it's going to revolutionize how healthcare is looked at. But at any rate, beta. If anybody wants me to repeat that, let me know. Equals bad. Alpha equals good. Because some of that probably went straight over your head. How do we get to alpha? Where learning and calmness happens. Little Joe said yes. Some of you are like, what the fuck? I thought we were on trading. This is psychology of trading as I see it. Okay? So let's go over it one more time. Everything, every drug ever created, any therapy ever done, any external coping mechanisms that you've learned, any internal regulation skills you learned, like DBT and all that stuff, it comes down to one thing. You need to slow down the brain waves that you're having from beta to alpha, because you have to heal your nervous system first. Beta waves are bad. When you're in beta waves mentally, you can't heal when these waves are happening. That's because cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline are all released in beta, which causes anxiety, voices in your head, psychotic breaks. It's survival mode. You have insomnia, a hard time sleeping. You're either scared, afraid, / having bad thoughts and bad feelings. You won't be able to make a good trade when you're in beta brain. Okay? Beta brainwave, sorry. Let me take this word out of there for you. So you can't trade or think clearly when you're in beta. When you're in alpha state, alpha brainwaves, they're good, they're great. Okay? Your polarity kicks in. There you go, Orlando, correct. So when you're in alpha brainwaves, those are good, those are great. Causes safe feelings. You can trade from alpha brainwaves very calmly. Healing occurs. Your parasympathetic system is activated, which releases all the good hormones, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins. When you're in alpha, your genes literally, they know this for a fact, this is an opinion. When you're in alpha brainwave state, your genes are turned on, which in turn makes proteins like tryptophan, which in turn makes serotonin, which in turn makes you happy. So how do you go from beta wave, which is 99% of the world's population, to alpha? Okay? So is everybody getting the idea? Beta brainwaves are bad. That's what we're normally in. Alpha brainwaves are good. That's the state we want to get into because that's when we can make a very, very, very good trade. We'll be calm. We'll be thinking clearly. I am not a psychologist. This is my personal feelings, but trust me.
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
So how do we go from beta to alpha? Through external emotional coping skills. There's only two ways. Or internal regulation skills. That's it. Now, there's hundreds of ways after that. External coping skills are broken down into physical skills and mental skills. Internal regulation skills are broken into consciously controlled internal regulation skills and unconsciously controlled emotional skills. And that's it. There's two ways for external and two ways for internal. Internal regulation skills. Okay? You can reframe thoughts as they're coming. You ever know, like I have a brother, Terry, who's so calm. We call him the Rock. He never gets upset over anything. And anything that happens to him, he just remains calm, cool, and collective. He actually reframes things that are happening to him at the time. It could be terrible, but he just stays calm, cool, and collective. Calm under the storm. Or you can do what's called like meditation. You can see things before they happen. You can meditate on that. You can go into a state of Zen where you have nothingness basically. And then you can get your brain and you can start visualizing things. And you can visualize yourself making a perfect trade. You can tell yourself, I always make good trades. I do. Okay? So for the physical external ones, you can actually use medicine, which I do not recommend, but you could. Breathing techniques such as Wim Hof. Hugs is a physical way. Oxytocin is created with hugs, 8-second hugs. Listening to music, dopamine is created, binaural beats. You should make a list of happy songs that you love. Always understand that the alpha brainwaves are in 8 to 12 hertz. And I know a lot of this is so detailed, you guys are going to be lost in space and me going over this, I get that. You can get sun and do grounding. Wake up with the sunrise and go outside. 90% of your serotonin, the happy hormone, is made in your gut. You need to eat and drink correctly. And there's a lot of supplements you can take and different things. Now, you're in alignment with the universe. Look at Orlando. All right. I know this is a little esoteric for a lot of you, and I know a lot of you aren't getting it. So it is what it is. I'll go over this all the time. I'll go back over it again and again and again. But one of the things I gave you last time, right? Watch this one. 5. How do we get in there? So how do we get in there? The only parasympathetic thing we can control is breathing. So one of the big things you can start learning is breathing, meaning you can't control how your food, well, to a point, you can't control how your food is digested. You can't control how many times you breathe a day. You can't control a lot of your parasympathetic, well, 99% of your parasympathetic system, but you can control one thing, and it's called breathing. So when you do Wim Hof breathing, box breathing, things like that, you're actually taking control of your parasympathetic system. And that is how you can get into a alpha state fast. Okay. Or you can do ice therapies. Ice therapies are very fast because they also control your breathing, by the way. Dunk face. It's actually a medical procedure. Dunk face in ice water. I'm not a doctor. You do things at your own risk. Don't listen to anything I'm saying. This is just works for me personally. Dunk face in water, right? You can take cold showers. Take cold showers. They change your state fast, right? Okay. Oops, hold on one second. There we go. It's a sad day when I have to tell you that I'm not a doctor. This is just things that I do, but these are things that I do. Okay? Yes, you can go and hug a tree. That is true. For grounding, literally hug a tree, take shoes off. I swear to God. And that actually fills you up with the earth electrons. I don't get all that shit, but it helps. And you can get grounding sheets. You can get grounding pads. It's best just to go outside, though. Okay? Now, I don't know if any of this is making sense to you all, but it is what it is, and it does work. The last thing I'm going to give you right here is just a little saying, right? Let me get this real quick. Hold on. And I'm going to give you a little saying that I used to say, I still do say. I say it every freaking morning. Yep, I do. I didn't really word that one good, but I'll come back to it another day. Let me go back over to here. The mental side of trading part 2. Beta alpha. Okay. Now, this is what I say on a regular basis. Why? And I always said this. This is from back when I was losing every trade. What kept me going was my faith in God, and then certain things I said to myself. A nice affirmation that worked for me. Now, I am the voice. That's the most powerful thing you can repeat to yourself. You can go, I am in control, not a victim. Right? I am happy, not sad. I lead, not follow. I create, not destroy. I see every profitable trade easily. not lose trades. Let me see. The ones I was saying was well, hold on. I got them in my, hold on. I have them in my alarms. Let me see if my alarms are still there. I easily see when to get in and out of trade. Yeah, that was one. Let me get to my alarms real quick. I have my alarms set up with my mantras, some of them. But the truth is, I easily see when to enter and exit every Forex trade for the most profit possible. I'm getting healthier and younger and happier every day. Okay. And then you can, and then anything you want. And this is just what I used, right? And then another thing I said, but the truth is, I easily see, this is huge, when to enter and exit every trade for the most, oopsie, hold on, for the most profit possible. And you just repeat these things in the shower when you wake up. Make sure you're emotionally charged and moving, right? But the truth is, I easily see when to enter and exit every trade for the most profit possible. So now I would say, now I am the voice. And the truth is, I easily see when to exit every trade. Now I am the voice. I am in control, not a victim. I am happy, not sad. I lead, not follow. I create, not destroy. I see every profitable trade easily, not lose trades. And then, or you can just do a direct one. And these are just the power of life and death in the tongue. Absolutely, Alex. Good morning, Larry. Hope you're enjoying this. All right. And those are just some of the things that I do as far as the affirmations go. I also do red light therapy. I also take methylene blue before I do red light therapy. I actually do grounding. I told you it's on my list. I lift weights, not too much. I do cardio, not too much. I take all kinds of supplements. Yep. I eat as good as I can. Yep. I drink as good as I can. Yep. I try to have good self-talk to myself. Yep. Okay. So is any of this helping you guys? Yes or no? 7s for yeses, 9s for no. And again, just sharing what works for me. Okay, so there is a couple people. Larry's one of them. Good. All right, that's all. So you got to get yourself in the right state of mind. The right state of mind happens to be what that's exactly referring to as the beta is your bad and alpha is good. So you want to go to the alpha state. How do you get to the alpha state? Quickest is through your controlled breathing patterns. You sync your heart. Joe Despazina, I can't say his name right, and Anthony Robbins' work is what we're teaching right here. And it's just amazing what you can learn with them. You're going to get your heart and your mind in the alpha states, coherence. You can listen to binary beat music with headphones on at the 8 to 12, and I would go 8 to 10 frequency, hertz, HZs, hertz. You can do a whole bunch of external things, yoga, lift weights, go for a run, walk. Those are all external coping mechanisms, they're called, or better yet, you can do internally. As something is upsetting you, don't let it upset you. When my brother Terry gets yelled at or whatever, Janine's having a little upsetness, he just sits there and smiles. He loves her. He doesn't think bad thoughts. He just sits there and smiles. How do you get to that point? You can do what's called visualization techniques. Your body, your mind, specifically your mind can't tell the difference between what's really vividly visualized and what you actually are experiencing. So you can train yourself not to be upset. when triggers come up from your past, and your past is terrible, and we all have bad past, something in our past, at least I do and everybody I know does. You just remember them from picturing yourself seated in a movie theater and then watching yourself in the theater and the bad things up on the screen. That'll take away any of your bad associations to it. Okay. Oh, good stuff, says Guy Berger. Yay. Larry Cooper likes, okay, good. All right. Now, once we're in the right state of mind, once we're in alpha state, right, alpha brain waves, then you can start being calmer with your decisions. You can start trusting the system more. And once you can trust the system more, you'll actually be able to get more out of it. You'll be able to you'll be able to trade appropriately. And you wouldn't get so nervous as it dips down a little bit against you, even though you know it's going to go right back up again, right? So I was trying to teach you this the other day of where to put your stop losses. How many here have problems with stop losses? Show of hands. Yes, you have problems with stop losses. Sevens, you have problems with stop losses. Is there a few of you or none of you? If there's none of you, I won't go over it. If there's some of you, I will. Do any of you have trouble with stop loss placement? Because to me, that's fear. You're just afraid of not trusting the system. Anybody have trouble with stop losses? Yeses or nos? Guyberger Flex. Okay. So I was trying to teach you all the other day, because there's about 3 or 4 of you, it looks like. And there's only about 40, how many over here? 39, 49. So about 50 people total watching. And there's about 4 or 5 of you that have trouble with stop losses. So let's go over the stop loss solution then for you. Okay. So if we're trading, right? And we're trading, let me make a copy of this. Hold on one second. Yeah, let me copy this one. Make copy. Okay, I like this one. It's 2 charts. Let's switch this to this. And let's make all of them apply these indicators. And let's make this 2. Aha. Now we got smoking. All right. Now, this is beautiful. Yeah, much better. Okay. Now, all right. Coach, what's with the odd numbers on the Uno reverse chart? With the odd numbers on the Uno reverse chart. 22, 25. No, I was just hunting. You mean up here on this one? I was just hunting for the next one that was going to flip. This should be a 20-minute. I was just too lazy to do it. And then a 25-minute and so on. I was just hunting for it. That's all that is. The 15-minute it flipped, 20 minutes next, 25 minutes next, and so on. Then the 30. I just was playing around that day on Friday yesterday on to go over that. That's all. Okay. Yeah, good question. Now, back to the stop loss. All right, this is your stop loss solution. Let me make this way so we know that this is the one that's for here. Okay. Not a big fan of that right there. I don't know why that's doing that. There we go. Still not what I want. Well, we digress. Okay, this is annoying the piss out of me at this point. That's funny as fuck right there. Okay, well, we'll come back to that one. All right, stop loss. Hoy, let's see. If you're going to place your stop loss, and let's say that you know that we're doing a 2-hour buy, right? So we're going to be doing I think we're at a 4-hour or something. Let me see something. Let's just pick one over here. Let's go over to SPX. Yeah, I see a 4-hour, 5-hour, 7-hour, 9-hour. Okay, so technically we're in a 7-hour buy stop. This is SPX 7-hour buy. We're not quite set yet. By the way, sound. What's up, Martin Lewis? Good morning. Sound okay for everybody? There we go. That's better. Sound is good. Thank you, Alex. Sounds good. Thank you, Little Joe. All right. So stop loss placement. Let's go ahead and write that out. Okay, stop loss placement is 101, so the basic class. I'll give you some basic and then a little not basic stop losses. Good morning, Martin Lewis. Morning, Martin. You might want to go back and rewatch this. I thought it's been pretty good. I don't know if other people agree with it, but I think it's been a pretty good morning so far. We're now going over, like I just showed, stop loss placement. There we go. All right. We're looking at SPX. We do trade it often. Same thing for NAS, US30, YM1, NQ1, and ES1. It's in the game. All right. So what do? The first thing we have to do is match up to know exactly where we should be. And we're using SPX. And right now I did find the highest time frame. Now, how did I find the highest time frame to know what we're doing? What you're looking at is a buy stop. For those of you who need a refresher, it's so easy. It's green, 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 red, green, green, buy stop. It's as easy as that. Boop, boop, boop. There's your little thing. If you throw in the sniper, which you should, you'll see the blue line coming down or being low like it was here. Then pink will come up and cross it. So right now I'm looking for this thing with the blue line coming down or low as the highest time frame possible. Now, if you go to the 9-hour, you can clearly see there is no buy stop. You can go to the 7-hour and there is. You can go to the 5-hour and there is. You can go to the 4-hour and there is. It's not actually a bad 4-hour buy stop, to be clear to you. The blue line is low. The pink has crossed it. It's perfect. It's not a problem to be at the 4-hour. But as we work our way up, you'll see that the 5-hour, the blue line is coming down, right? Pink's about to cross it. We go to the 7-hour. Oh, look at that. Blue line coming down. Pink is still low and purple. We go to the 9-hour. There's no buy stop, but the pink and purple are low. So we now know that we have found the highest time frame buy stop, 7-hour. Did everyone understand that? 7's for yeses, 9's for nos. Did everybody understand how I went up in time frames to find the highest time frame that showed a buy stop? Ace Bullet, Lazarus, yep. I bet you Ace Bullet and Lazarus, how is your trading going in Builder Las Vegas? Are you guys having more profitable days than losing days? Yes or no? Little Joe, Larry Cooper, I know Larry is. Little Joe, Lazarus, and Builder Las Vegas, Ace Bullet. Are you guys having more winning days trading or losing days now using the system? And the reason why I'm asking them more plus days is Builder Vegas. Excellent. Reason why I'm asking them is because they're consistently on my lives answering questions. And I just knew that when you're consistently on my lives answering questions, you'll be a better trader for sure. How do we know when it will stop forming higher time frame buy stops? Well, this is how I would know. Very good question. So how do you know when it's at its lowest peak? Anybody can answer him? Sometimes revenge trading ruins good averages. Oh, yeah, revenge trading is horrid. I'll address that one day too. When you're in alpha, you don't want to revenge trade when you're in alpha brainwaves. Can anyone answer Alex's question? How do we know when it will stop forming higher time frame buy stops? Can anyone answer that question at all? Anyone at all? How do we know?
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
How do we know? Love you. How do we know? Whitney Houston, right? My wife loves the remix of that song. How do we know? He really loves me. How do we know? Heartbeat. How do we know? No one knows. Interesting. Y'all should know the answer to this. How do we know? How do we know? How do we know? How do we know? What's up, peeps? Everybody on TikTok and YouTube, let's wing over to here for a second. How do we know? Let me see, is this better? Yeah, there we go. But you guys can't see my beautiful, ugly face. Da, 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 da. There we go. Can I switch that? How do you switch that? How do you know? I don't think we can switch that. A little top of the morning to you. A little hat. And for those of you who think I'm actually bald, I am not. I have a shit ton of hair. All right, let's see. Can you guys on TikTok see that? Yeah, a little bit. So if you want to see my ugly ass, you can switch over from TikTok over to YouTube. How do you know when all time frames go green? When the sniper is at the top? When everything becomes green? Yeah, I can go with that. Or for those of you who actually have the new latest greatest, over here, you'll see the 1 second flip to green, and then you'll see the, You'll see the 1 second flip to green, and then you'll see the 5 seconds flip to green. And if nothing else, to be clear, you'll catch like a 1 hour, 4 hour candle, a 2 hour candle, and you'll be able to make enough pips. Okay? Now, sometimes it isn't done and you'll make your pips and it'll flip and keep going back down. And that's the question he's asking. Okay? He's asking, how do we know this is going to stay a 7 hour buy stop? And the answer is, we don't really fucking care because we're going to catch it anyways. Does that make sense? So when there is a candle that goes up, like this candle right here went down and up, this is a lot of pips right here. Man, if we were on US 30, that'd be hundreds of pips. Let's see right here. Say you caught the buy here for a few seconds. You'd be up, this is huge, 50, 60, 70, 80 pips on SPX. That's huge. So when you see this buy stop on the 7-hour, it can go to make a 12-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour. Well, now we have a new tool that tells us when it starts to flip. You see this? 1 second turns to green. The 5 seconds all turn to green. All the snipers are being checked. The 10-second turns, and you can start taking the buy stops to when this happens. Remember I taught you? So when you see US 30 and NAS and NQ all green, you would take the SPX buy stop. You keep it open, you let one run. And then if you let one run, you get lucky every so often, meaning it'll actually stay running. And then they'll turn into these type trades right here. Where the golds, I had 3 or 4, 5 or 6 gold running. This one stayed running. I had 3 or 4 or 5 of these US 30s running. One stayed running. I had 3 US 30 and I think 4 NAS open yesterday and one still running. So how does that answer your question? You know, because on the faster time frames, they flip. And when they start to flip, you take the run. Now, it might only be a 1-hour buy or a 30-minute buy. It may not be, right? It may very well not be a 7-hour buy where it keeps going up. But we can follow it down. How many times have you guys heard me say, follow it down? Yes, Alex, when all the lower time frames start flipping, that is correct. I think Orlando and thing made that. Persistent. Good morning, Persistent. You answered your own question. So sometimes you say, oh, well, it keeps going. Went from a 9-hour, went to a daily. You just follow it down. Someone asked, how do you know when the daily kicked in? Well, if you're following the rules, price action, this is how you know when the daily kicks in. I did this the other day. Price action is this. You need to have the orange line right here, right? Okay. And then you need to have the, matter of factly, this is it right here. This is exactly what you need to see happen. How do you know when price action is actually going down? That was asked to me before in the daily. This, the orange line goes below, it comes up hooks, comes over hooks, comes up hooks. There it is. That is it. Now, when price action does this, it has to come down below it. It has to come down, touch it. It has to come back down, touch it. It has to come down, touch it. And then it will go back down to this blue line right here. So I'm answering multiple questions at once. Sorry, but that's it. See how the orange line went underneath, price action went underneath. It came back open. This is your first in right here. As a sell to the blue line, you need to enter it in again off of this one, went above the orange line and back down again. This doesn't look like much to you, but this is humongous gains. This is SPX. You'd have entered in off of this orange line and it went down to here. Whoopsie. You'd have made somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 pips. Insanity. Points. I don't give a fuck whatever you call it. I call it pips. I made the system. I call it what I want. You'd have made 900 pips on this trade. Are you fucking kidding me? 900 pips is insanity. Absolutely insanity. On SPX, 100 pips is legendary. Let's be clear. Okay. Now, good morning, Jan Fly to the Sky. Yes, Persistent, I think you did miss things. We went into psychology, now we're doing stop losses. I think it's a very good one. I would go back and rewatch it if I were you. And this is where we're going back to, oh my God, I'm so excited. All right. So did everybody understand how do we know when we're in the daily? When the daily comes over and flips and comes back up. That's how we know we're in the daily. When it does this. Price action and the orange line goes below our 2 EMAs. They split like they did and it comes back down. We don't trade a daily. We do not trade a sell on any indice until you see this happen like it did here. It'll happen again there. Then we will take the sell. Remember, we're not after the greedy number of pips. We're after the number of safety number of pips, the safety trade. And this is how you know when you do the safety trade. What's up, Crash? All right. Sevens and yeses if you understand. I moved it back. Lazarus, you should be able to see the screen now. This is how you know when the daily kicks in, when price action goes below the orange line like it did here. And then we're going to take the trade down. Boop, boop, boop. Until then, this is a permanent buy. And I don't even like taking the sells as they are, but I will. I mean, if we're forced to. Now, let's get back to the stop losses if you're clear. Larry Cooper says yes. Thanks, says Larry. Yep. Let's go back out of there. All right. Now, where would you put your stop loss? Well, let's use a sell stop. We don't usually use sell stop, so we'll use a sell stop. Okay. Now, we're on a daily SPX chart. And this is your daily SPX chart. Remember, this is like learning a new language. Some people pick up on languages quick. My beautiful wife, Bree, always gave the example of this is like a new language. So we're literally learning where to put the stop losses. Stop loss placement 101. Okay. Now, where would you put a stop loss? We're going to look at this as a sell. So I'm going to go back in time because, well, I love going back in time. It's the very one good feature that they actually have. I just love this feature. Boop. And we're going to go back in time. Now, we don't usually do stop losses. Okay. Look at the little replay sign. I've never seen that. So cute. So I'm going to show you a stop loss. A stop loss. I'm going to show you a sell stop. And watch. All it is this. We're on a daily. Now, this wouldn't be a daily sell stop. This would be like a 4-hour daily sell or a 7-hour daily sell, something like that. But it doesn't matter. The same principles apply. This is what you're looking for. For something going down, you can make money, which drives a lot of people nuts. Let me make this bigger. I want to see my ugly ass. Get rid of this shit thing. Hold on. There you go. So how do we do it? You have price action, boop, right here. Well, let me change that color. You have price action right here. Zoop. It came down. It retraced up. You can enter in off of this entry when it comes below again. You can wait for it to come back up again, whatever the case is. And then it's going to come back down, right? If it does, and then it's going to do that. So how do we know with our placement of that? Okay. Watch. This right here is SPX daily. If I was going to read this, basically raw dogging it just with a few indicators right here, what you're going to do is this. Price action, the orange line came below. So let's go forward a little bit. There you go. Now, this is what we have. You're seeing your candles have turned red, red, red on the box, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into that later. This is your thing. Price action came below. It came back up. Now, the rules state, once we see this, you would enter in off the orange line. This is your entry. Okay, this is your sell stop. Price action came down. The orange line came down below it. Price action came back up. It may continue to go back up. We don't know or we don't care. We're going to take our entry off this orange line when it dips back below it again. See, look at your orange line. Stayed above, buy, went below. You could have played this below if you wanted to. Then it turned back into a buy, dipped again, and now look at it. It's way down here below. Well, now you can see the orange line is clearly below the yellow. We're in a sell stop situation. I love it when it goes back up into the channel and hooks and does that. Absolutely, I would take that trade. And we're going to trade off the orange line for our entry. This is just a very basic setup. I'm not using two charts. Obviously, we'd use two time frames. I'm just trying to teach you the generics of this, okay? So here we go. If I was looking at this and I saw this trade and I saw that we were below, see how the orange line on the daily is below now? The yellow is below the green. You see that? Everything's see up here, the yellow didn't go below the green. The box stayed green. This is not a sell. This is not a sell. When you see the box turn red, the candles turn red, you see it go orange line go below, you see the yellow go below the green. This is a sell. So this is not a sell, and this is a sell. Yes, you understand that, or a 7 and you understand that, okay? Either or. You see the difference between the two. Doop, 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 doop. Yes, you see the difference. No, you don't. And I'm not even using 2 charts. I'm not using the bullshit detector. I'm not even using the sniper. I'm just showing the very, very basics. I'll wait for a couple more responses. There we go. A whole bunch of more on YouTube. All right. So, again, we now have the perfect combination. Yellow below, green above. This is fully on, not a sell, by the way, but I'm just teaching you it just so you can have this in your repertoire in case you want to do it on a smaller time frame. Comes up. We're going to enter. If it comes below, or whenever this orange line keeps going up, I'm going to ride it up. But right now, I'm going to put my buy stop right here. This is your entry, your sell stop right here. This is your sell stop right here. Easy peasy, says persistent. Nice. Dennis, got it, Orlando. All right. So we're going to go forward again. 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 And now we would enter the trade. It dipped below. Okay. So we're going to do a sell. Boop. And we're going to enter the trade. Now we're going to go forward. Okay. We're going to go forward. And we're going to go forward. And we're going to go forward. I would enter again, by the way. It hit it again. And there you go. And now it's below it. Right? And now look. Okay, now you're in shit tons of money. So where would I put this stop loss? According to the rules, we're supposed to put it at the pivot point where it pivots and crosses and goes in. Sure, you can do that. Your stop loss would be right here. Above it, you don't put it on it. This is your stop loss placement for the trade. Right above it, you don't put it on it. And this is your stop loss. Okay. Now, I wouldn't look at it this way. The way I would see the trade for the daily would be here. It came down, came up, crossed and hooked here. I would put my stop loss here. And yes, it's huge, but you can do this exact same thing on a 1 minute, 30 second. It won't be as huge, but this is probably at least several hundred pips. Let me see, from here to here. Yeah, 300. About 350. 300 pips. You're saying that's a stop loss? Hey, if you do a 0.01, that'd be about $200, $300 on SPX. Yeah, you can do it. Well, that's ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, then use a stop loss where you have it down here. I don't care. If you trust the system, matter of fact, this would be your secondary because your primary would be like a 7-hour entry, but you would use this as your stop loss. Oh, it's too high. I can't eat 200 pips. Okay, don't trade fucking dailies. How about that for a thought? Don't trade dailies. If you have a $1,000 account and you can't afford to eat $200, then don't trade the daily. What do I mean? Well, we can go right down to here. We can go into this mess. Let me see. Oh, I don't know if we can do it while it's under control. Let me see. Maybe we can. Yeah. Okay, sure. Why not? Nothing I would actually do. This is 15-second now. This is 15-second US NAS. Sorry, this is 15-second NAS. Let's just say we went here. Okay. Now, same setup. We have. Hold on. I might need to go forward a few seconds. Hold on. There we go. All right. Same setup. We have price action came down. None of these are good. None of these are good. This is a good one, actually. Red with thing below. That's fine. not in our channel, but you could have played this one. Definitely could have played this one. Definitely could have played this one. Definitely could have played this one. For sure play this one. And then definitely play the one I'm on right here. You could have played any one of those. So how would we put our stop loss? You could put your stop loss right here if this is what happens, if it goes below there. So price action goes below that orange line. This is our entry. This is our sell stop. This is our stop loss. But the reality of the situation is you can clearly see that it came from here, minimum. Here is your stop loss. The trade came down, came back up, and hooked and comes back down. Minimum that. Or you can look all the way up to here and put your stop loss. Or you can go to the higher time frame. This is a 15-second, at least a 15-second, 1 minute or 3 minute, and put your stop loss on there. Now again, I never do sell stops on NAS, SPX, NQ1 because they're permanent buys. But if you wanted to do it on the way down, this is how you can enter in the trades. This is where you can put your stop losses. The pivot point is the pivot point of the movement. The pivot point of the movement. So you can clearly see the downward movement was here. It came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came down, came up, came down, came up, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, and we're hoping go down. So this is part of the movement, but the downward movement is here on this trade. So technically, if you're going by the rules, this whole thing is down. This is your up, technically. And if I was going to take this trade here, I would say this is the up, right? And then it came down right there. My stop loss is still right here. Is this clicking in for anybody? Yes or no? Clicking in for anybody? Yes or no? I got to shave this morning. Again, that's a little more advanced than what I normally teach, but that's okay. You guys can rewatch this as many times as you want. So if I was going to put my entry line, remember what we do? Sell stop off the orange right here. Right there once it crosses. But I don't know if I can catch it enough with how this thing goes forward, but we'll see. Ah, shit. Okay, now we're going to do a sell. I'm a little late on that entry, but let's just see. What's going on? Okay. There you go. And see you're down, pop, pop, pop. It doesn't look like much. You're on a 15-seconder. It isn't going to be a huge amount of money anyways, but it's a good little bit. Oh, you're 2 pips, see? Still, though, 2 pips, 2 pips. You'll eat one of them in and out, but it's still good. And that's what you do. The problem is it's SPX. Now, if we go over to US 30, and we've, oh, by the way, oops, let's go back to SPX, sorry. We go over to SPX. Let me show you where the stop loss would be on this trade then. So you're only making a couple pips, but then again, you're only risking, well, it depends where you entered. So you're only risking 7 pips, or you're only risking 12 pips, well within the 20 to 30 pip that you guys are all normally aware of. So it's well, with 12 pip stop loss on any sell is ridiculous. That's as good as you're going to get. So if we go over to US 30 and we looked for, oh, there's the same trade. There it is. See, this is the same trade. But this number of pips you would make and or lose is totally different. This is your entry would have been here down to here. That is 15. That is a huge number of pips. And if you would have liked to have seen how many stop loss that would have been, you would have entered here and you would have had a 48 pip. That's reasonable. So you'd have about a 50, 60 pip stop loss if you were on a 15-second. If you were on the daily on this would be thousands of pips, unrealistic to hold. But depending on your time frame that you want to trade and your symbol. Yes, so very much. Fletcher, you having an aha moment yet? Anybody having an aha moment? All right. So that's how you look at it. Yay. And that's how it is. And that's how you see it. You see how it went below? Watch. This is so cool. This is what you guys have to understand. See, this is a buy. It came down. Price action went underneath, but the orange only came in between. Buy, buy, buy. Oh, came down. Sell. It didn't go in my channel. I always wait for the channel. Sell, sell, sell. Not in my channel, not in my channel, in my channel. Sell. The channel between the red and the yellow line, price comes back up into it. You do a sell. You do a sell. You do a sell. This is actually your best one right there, but we can't trade that one. So these would be your correct ones right here. These are your buys. These are not sells. Not sell, not sell. This technically is a sell right there. And there it is. Bach is red. Candles are red. Candles go into the channel. Sell, sell, sell. Straight down she goes. And you make 15, 20, 30 pips. Good, Fletch. I'm glad. All right. Does everyone see the difference between when a sell is and a buy, even on a 15-second? You don't catch the very first movement. You don't probably even catch the second movement when it's moving down. You have to be patient. Again, my beautiful wife, Bree, always teaches us that the love language, which is a very important thing for you guys out there that don't know what love languages are, the love language of trading is patience. Okay. Everybody on TikTok? Everybody on YouTube good? Isn't this fun this morning? No rushing, no trading, just a whole bunch of learning. Yeah, anybody that's joined late, I would absolutely rewatch this video. Good stuff, good stuff. Good morning to everybody on TikTok. Good morning to Lazarus, Little Joe, Larry Cooper, D Nice, FGA Jones, Thomas Fabianski, user 1570, and Teamster. Good morning to everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and X. Easy, easy. Good. All right. Some of the people, though, still, I heard talk and like things, they were saying, for instance, let's go to gold. And I don't know what they were at. Oh, let me get out of replay. Sorry. I don't know the exact words they were saying, but they were somehow trying to say gold was like in a sell. Does anything here resemble a sell? Everything is green. Orange is above the lines. This is permanent buy until otherwise noted. This is daily. Then does it mean that we can't have like a 15-minute sell? Of course. Not only can we, but we do. You can see one right here. See the difference? Here's your buys. Watch. Came up, dipped down, formed our logo, came into the channel again, right? This is absolutely perfection right here. Perfection. All of these were one. Now look, price came down, came under, came. You can't take those buys. Look at there. Perfect. Right into the channel and down. That is your one. There's another one. Better. Yep, that's perfect right there. Look at this one. Better. Now look, you're not supposed to be doing sells, but it gave us 1, 2-ish right there and 3 sells. You're going to say, well, that's not much movement, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, the gold was at 3,307 and it went down to somewhere in the name of 3,285. Yeah, it went down over $100, $150 an ounce. Yeah, nope, that's really good. We can be okay with those trades. Oh, not 100, $20 an ounce. But still, the idea. So if you see your buys, the first buy is always the best. The second buy is fine. The third, when you start getting into 4 and 5 buys, be careful. Okay. Now, if you were using the actual system, Larry said no. Oh, I don't know what that meant, Larry. I kept going on. What is trend? What's up, Teamster? Trend trading. We don't do trend trading here. I know everyone thinks this is trend trading. This has nothing to do with trend trading. What is trend? A trend is an upward movement or downward movement of a long period of time. We don't do trend trading, so I don't know how to answer that other than that. Oh, no sell. See, no sell. Yeah. So your higher time frames, they're just all buys. Remember our little picture that we have in our training. Look at this. Gold has been a buy since as long as I can track it, 1935. Gold has been a buy. So I don't want to hear anyone tell you any different. This is just to 98. Gold is always a buy. It started out, by the way, at $20 an ounce. And I was trading gold when it was at $200 an ounce back here. I thought that was a lot of money. I wish I would have had the system back then. I'd have been richer than rich. Well, we're doing okay now, but still. And gold is entirely too far away. Gold has to get caught up. See how it got caught up on its weekly orange line? Watch, I'll show you. See, without the sniper, things are really, really bad. You have no idea where you're at without the sniper. With the sniper, I can tell you exactly. For instance, when you see this pattern right here on any time frame, this is a buy. When you see it repeat itself over here, it's a buy. It's just what it is. With the sniper, you have 100% confidence. Without the sniper, that's why you're worried about the trends and this and that. No, that's bullshit. This is just beautiful. Look, see how it went into the thing? See how it was a buy stop? Green, 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 red, green, green. It dipped down into our channel. Pink crossed the blue. That's your entrance right there. Pop, it goes up to the orange line and straight up with no drawdown. Oh, but it came down further here. Yep, you'd have got in here. Your stop loss would have been down there. Up it went, boom, boom, boom. And there it is. Any of this stuff making sense to you guys? Yes or no? Yes, 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 says Age Bullet, Little Joe, yes. Larry Cooper, yes. 100%. Okay. All right. Now, I've taught you stop losses, how to look for stop losses, place them at the higher time frames, or at least in the same 15-second, go to the initial movement of the movement for your stop loss to be put in. We went over the psychology of trading. I have time. We have time this morning. What else would you like me to go over? Thanks for helping us on your Saturday. Will XRP go back to 75-minute blue line before weekly buy continues? XRP, let's take a look. XRP is a permanent buy, so I'm not understanding the question. You're talking about a 75-minute, so I'm just going to go to an hour, I guess, maybe a 2 hour. Oh, yeah, it's ricocheting. Yep, this is a sell. This is a ricochet sell 90-minute. Ricochet sell 45-minute. This is actually a 30-minute sell stop. Yeah. This is a 30-minute sell stop back to the blue line. That's the actuality of what it is. So yeah, you'll see XRP do that. But we don't care. Ultimately, if you go up to where you're supposed to be trading, XRP is going back to $2 and whatever the hell that is. That's where it's going back to. $2.52, $250, $2.51. That's where XRP is going back to. I don't care how many times it dips. I'm not playing a sell. I would look for that dip to be my buy stop. I would play any buy stop until XRP hits $2.52 again. It's going back up there. How do I know for a fact? Well, A, I trust my system, but you can see it hasn't closed the gap. Pink line, purple line are just crossing, hasn't gone up. This sniper, when used properly, is the most invaluable tool ever created by mankind. To be honest with you, I think it's even better than sliced bread. All right. Good question. You notice I haven't ripped anyone a new asshole for asking questions. So ask your questions. Any lovers of the system out there, speak up. Any haters of the system out there, speak up. Feel free. What's up, Anthony Basil? If my friend buys the system today, when can he get trading? Every other Monday. It's this Monday. If he turns in his TradingView username immediately, we'll get him hooked up within the day. He'll be ready to schedule for Monday if he buys today. It's every other Monday, and it's this coming Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is his training. Martin Lawrence just asked. Are there preferred best time frames for demo trading forex pairs? No, you see, no. So hopefully that answers your question, Martin. Fletch asked, are there preferred? No, the preferred best time frames are when you see this exact setup. So when you see, let me go over to one of these, for instance. When you see the buy stops on all indices, forex pairs aren't indices, but it's the same thing. So no, whenever you see the buy stop or sell stop form, that is the best time to trade it. Kind of an old way of thinking right there, to be honest with you. Oh, love the system, says Larry. Thank you, Larry. Can you go over time frames? How do you know which time frames to use for buy stops way ahead of time, even before it forms? Yes, I can go over that for you. Basically, I have years of experience using the system now. Watch. How you guys can do it is this. You can literally program these into any time frame you want. See how I have the 22-minute? I was too lazy to do a 20. 25-minute, right? And then we have a 4-hour, right? And then a 2-hour right here. So what you can do is you can do any time period. So when I know there's, so for instance, let me just tell you, I'll try to explain this as simply as possible. This is free for you guys for the open. You're going to see the 5 seconds turn green, 10 seconds turn green, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. None of that really matters. Watch what happens. Eventually, they're all going to flip back red again. You're going to see these go red, red, all of them red. This is going to turn to red. These will turn to red. These will turn to red. These will turn to red. And now you're building up a pattern, right? So now we know, watch, when this is at, let's just make this a little more normal looking. So you guys will go to like a 25-minute here. Why I don't have a 20-minute, I'll never know. And then we're going to go over to here and we're going to make this a 4-hour, and then we're going to make this a let me see, a 5-hour maybe. And then this one we're going to make a 63. We'll make this a 3. Wait, the 6-hour. I think I can just do a 6 right there. Let's see. Oh, nope, it's going to go to minutes. Damn, I'm going to have to change that to 300. Fuck. I can never remember when Keith changes things. Sometimes they're in full mode and sometimes they're not. Right, my bad. My bad. That's going to be 6 minutes. I have to go to 300 minutes then. Oopsie. So I know that the system is working its way to a sell, right? You can tell that it's already hit the 1 minute, 3 minute. Remember I told you I called the 30-minute and it was going to go to the 45 and it was going to go to the 1 hour and so on. I think I called to the 1 hour. It would be done by Friday. It didn't make it there, right? It didn't make it there. So all we're doing, what the fudgicles? Hold on. I'm going to switch this one. I don't know. I'm going to have to guess. Let's see. This is probably still green right here. Let's see. I can just skim through them, but it's so much easier for you all to see. There you go. All green. All right. So now we have the 25-minute, and technically, let me make this the, I don't know, 45-minute maybe. Let's make this one the 2 hour, maybe make that a 3 hour. And then we can make this 600 minute. And then we'll see what those look like. Again, I'm just trying to stay here to show you what they look like. I would flip to the charts personally and see what it looks like. Let's see. There we go. All right. So now you can see the 25 minutes are all not red. The 15 minutes are. So my next call will be sell stops to the 20-minute blue line or 25-minute blue line, right? And then sell stops to the 30, 45-minute blue line and so on. Because you can see the trend. Now they're going to go up. You're going to see, you're going to see these all flip to green on Sunday night, Monday morning by 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These will all flip to green. But then they're all going to flip back down to the 25 to 45 minute. And how do you know it? This is how I would read the charts, just so you can get a good, clear idea of it. Let's see. Let's go over to 15 minute. Let's go over to 30 minute. There you go. All right. So 30 minute. You can clearly see these are all the indices that we trade, 5 out of 6 of them. You can clearly see this is a sell at 30 minute. That means there's a 15 minute sell stop, right? 15 minute sell stop to the blue line. That's what I called the other day, Friday. 15-minute sell stop to the blue line for NQ and NAS 100. And that's the same thing for all of these, but only NAS was going to the 15-minute blue line. So then what do? We go up to the 30-minute. It's a 15-minute, 30-minute sell stop. 30-minute sell stop to the 30-minute blue line of US 30, and that would also be YM also. And then you do the same trade all the way down here to the 30-minute, 45-minute. You see how it's going to go down to the 45-minute for the US 30. You see how I'm reading all of them at once? This is 15-minute sell stop to the 45-minute blue line. Now, do I do sells? No. This is just creating a higher time frame buy stop for us. Watch. All they do is bring it down to make a better buy. There you go. 9-hour buy stop on US 30. There it is. I love this 9-hour buy stop on US 30. Love it. It's perfection. You can see all the rest of these are filling the gap trades. Most important, you see the sniper high, pink line low, purple line low, pink line low. It's perfection. So this is a 9-hour. It's going to go down further. First of all, it's going to shoot back up at open. Then it's going to come back down further. And then it's probably not going to go lower than here. And then it's going to hook and come back up again. This is a 9-hour buy stop. See the little buy, green, 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 red. Everything's perfect. And that's how I know. So will it go down to like the 30-minute blue line? Yeah, it might on US 30. Will it go down to 45-minute blue line? Yep, it might on US 30. Sure. May very well go back there. Do I care? Nope. None of this is anything I would play on the sells. If I was going to play it, you can clearly see that the price action has gone up into its channel again. Perfection. You could have played this one right here. But I don't play sells. I don't like playing sells. I'll do a very short-term 5-second, 10-second if it was an open or something, but no. Love the buys. And why? Because look, it's gone down 3 times in 22 years the markets have. This isn't one of them. We already discussed how we know when it's going to go down. On the daily, for instance, you have to wait for it to go all the way down and below like it did over here. And I went over this earlier. See how it crossed orange line? Look at your orange line. It's nowhere near to be a sell on SPX and Q1. Nowhere near it currently. Nowhere near it currently. Nowhere near it. The orange line's above. You have to wait for the orange line to hook underneath, price action to go underneath, price action to go back into our channel, and then come back down again. And that's how you do it. See, this isn't a good sell. See, this is some of this. You guys are missing this. I have to stress this more importantly. This is your sniper pink line high. The same exact looking trade happened here, but your sniper line was low. Look, high sniper, proper trade. See it? Sniper line low, even though it came back up, right? Retrace. This isn't a sell. This wasn't correct. You need the sniper to be able to see this is correct. This one right here is perfection. Yes, correct, correct. The gap is correct. Everything's right. This one here is not. The sniper is low. So the sniper only doesn't just tell you how to get into the correct trade. It stops you from entering in the wrong trade. Every one of you should have the sniper. That's my opinion. You do whatever you want. I'm not a financial analyst. Did that help you, persistent? Anybody have any questions over what I just went over? Yes, I understand some of this stuff isn't for beginners. I didn't say it was. The system at itself is for beginners, but then it has many layers to it, like Shrek. Larry Cooper said yes. Thank you, Larry. Persistent, did that help you? Ace Bullet said yes. Thank you, Ace Bullet. Am I still live on YouTube? Seems like we're dead over at YouTube land. If there's anybody new here, by the way, you can speak up and I'll help you with your trading. Okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, great, Crash. I'm so excited for you. When it's ready, that's funny. Good morning, Amy Lou. Oh, there is a comment delay, evidently. If you're new by the system crashes, yes. Okay, good. All right. Little Joe says thank you. All right. Now, anybody else have any other questions, or has anybody been stuck in a trade they didn't understand why they lost on? Feel free to ask about that. Has anyone been in a trade that they lost on recently that they would like help and clarification on? Ask away. I need the symbol and the Forex time of the trade and Athens time. Thank you for speaking up, Larry. Appreciate you. We have tons of time this morning. We can go over everything. Why do you use Athens time? Because that's the time of MT4. Good morning, Teamster. You're welcome, Little Joe. And it's fun. We did psychology of trading today. We did, hell, everything. Showing you what a sell stop is. Highly unusual. I've been doing buys because it's always buys these days, but I did a sell to show you what a sell looks like. None of you have been losing trades. I find that hard to believe. Good morning, Teamster. Doot. Whew, didn't sleep good last night at all. No questions? Good morning, Stacy. All right, well, that's easy. I'm going to show you how the system works on a very, very basic level. So anybody new or experienced, you'll have some good. I'm going to teach you how to enter the trade, how to spot the trade, and how to find the trade. Okay. So here we go. What symbol would you guys like me to trade? It has to be a known system. Good morning, Stacy. Yay, happy Saturday to you. Good morning, Forex Gold team. God, we've been trading gold for over 3 years, have never, ever missed a gold trade. Matter of fact, one of our members called Kim the Gold Queen. What symbol would you guys like me to train you on? Go ahead and name whoever names the first symbol. That has to be a normal symbol. I'm not going to go into some bullshit symbol that's useless. NQ systems. Okay, let's get a whole bunch of things clear on this one. NQ, watch, this is going to blow Teamster's mind. NQ is the exact same symbol right here, NQ, everyone can see that, as NAS 100, as US 30, as SPX 500, and as ES1. It's in the game. The exact same symbol. No, it isn't. NQ's by itself. This is what I use to do my funded trader. I know what the fuck you do. I'm telling you it's the exact same symbol. So let's be clear on this. It's the exact same symbol whether you're trading daily. It's the exact same. That's how we do lag trading, actually. Whether it's 15-minute, right? Look, this is NQ 15-minute. This is NAS 100 15-minute. They're my sniper exactly the same. Red, 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 green, red, 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 green, to the blue line, to the blue line. NAS did it, NQ did it, SPX did the exact same thing, and so did ES1. So did US 30. So type out the number 7 or yes if you understand that NQ is the exact same. Thank you, Larry, for speaking up. The exact NQ right here, let's be clear. NQ1 is the exact same as NAS, as SPX, as ES1, as US 30, and then also, matter of factly, as YM, easy. They're all the same. So once you understand that basic concept of trading, and he said, no, it isn't. Oh my God, it's so different. I understand you, Teamster, where you're coming from. It's hard. But if you go over to here, literally, this is why I have this scanner that's unstoppable for you guys. Literally, you can see, this is the symbols right here. You see them? Right there. Right there. US 30, NAS, NQ1, and SPX, ES1. They're all the same symbol. You can clearly see that. Watch, what do I mean? Here they are, the same over here. You can clearly see, this is so powerful. That US 30, NAS, NQ1, and SPX, and ES1 is in the game. Look, they're all 1 second greens. This is why this is powerful, because once you understand they all move as one, you'll be able to actually, let me move this over a little bit. You'll be able to actually trade them as one. See how they're all red on the 5-minute, 10-minute? You can see this one's only this one. So what we do is we use 3 out of the 5, turn one color, and we trade the other one to that color. It's so easy to trade once you understand this. You can see it on my charts. And you can see when this money sign shot, Keith, is so cool. It's 180 degrees. So this is a 3-hour buy stop, big time buy stop right here for you. And it's just how it works. It is so neat. So how do we trade it? Let's go over to it. Now, I would never trade NAS by itself for the reasons I just told you, but let's just use NAS as a one simple thing here. Let me go over to this chart. Yeah. Okay, let's go over to NQ1. We're going to do NQ1. We're going to do NQ1. Let me get all this off of here. There we go. All right. How do you want to do it? So let's see. We'll go back in time. Let's go over to, well, fuck it. We'll go back in very little time land. We're going to go back to the weekly, and we're going to combine the weekly with the monthly, most likely. And let me make sure right here. Weekly. Yep, that'll work. All right. And this is how you're going to know where this is going. You guys are going to love this. Trump should pay me $1 million for this shit right here. All right. Right here. I'm going to do without the sniper and with the sniper next. All right, we're on the right chart, NQ1 weekly, and I'll go down to the 1 second for you guys afterwards so you can see how it applies. It doesn't matter the time frames. Monthly on the left, NQ1, weekly on the right. Okay. Some comments in this live are filtered to protect the community's experience. Oh, that's so cute. Ha. So anyone that's trying to be a hater on TikTok, you're getting slammed. That's funny. All right. So here we go. NQ1. This is how to trade. Let me be clear on what we're going over. I always like to take a moment to do this for you guys. How to trade any symbol, any time frame. Okay. 101. This is the basics. So here you go. Our system is set up to be color-coded. What you're going to notice right here is a certain setup. Green, 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 red, green, green, buy, stop. So watch. We're going to come over to here. We're going to go back in time. The one feature on TradingView that is actually excellent. Boop. Oh, matter of factly, hold on. Yep, all charts, good. We're going to go back into the time to right. Let me sneak over to here so we don't grab the bottom one. There, maybe? Yeah, that should work. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, this is the replay. And this is what you're seeing live just a few weeks ago. It's not that long ago. What do I see? All right. Let's go back and cover this part up so no one gets confused over here. This is all we're looking at. And then this is all we're looking at right there. We'll move that down too. All right. Now, all we're looking at is the charts right here and right over here. Again, NQ1 monthly on the right, on the left. On the right is the weekly. Now, our system is set up so easy to read that beginners can use it. We teach children. Some of our members are teaching 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds. They can learn it. So watch what it is. When it's green, 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 red, green, green, it's a buy stop. And we know that for a fact because we combine it with our, in this case, monthly. The higher time frame is green over here. You can clearly see the orange line is above. It's not below. And we have a great big up movement about to happen here. I was calling this live for you guys. I was telling you there was a weekly buy, and this is what it looks like. This is NQ1, also NAS, also SPX 500, also ES1. It's in the game, also US 30 and YM1. They're all doing the same thing at the same time. He asked for NQ1. I'm going to teach him NQ1. So here you go. This is it right here. Green, 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 red, up. So we're going to say Teamster. Teamster is trying to swim to the bottom of the pool. This trade is trying to go down right here. You can see it. It's red. Red means down in my system. Green means up. This is red. This is trying to go down. The trade is trying to go down. As a whole, they get about 93% of all traders to believe this trade is going to continue to go down. I'm over here screaming it's a buy stop. Why? Because Teamster is trying to swim to the bottom of the pool in our example to pick up a gold coin. Below Teamster is Larry. This green line is actually an indicator. Larry's pushing up against him. And then there is Crash pushing up against him, that second line. And then there is Dennis, the third line, real direction bar 1, 2, and 3. They're all pushing up against Teamsters trying to swim to the bottom. Above Teamster, you have a green line here and a green line here, right? And then you have the candles green, right? So now you have Teamster trying to go down, and you have all these other people pulling up. You have Kevin pulling up. You have Mike Glowinski pulling up, and you have John Varelli pulling up. So you have 3 people pushing up, 3 people pulling up, and you have poor Teamster just trying to dive down to the bottom of the pool. Does everyone get the analogy? Yes or no? Yes or no? Dun, 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 dun. Faith says yes. Trade Gun says yes. Okay. So let's take a look then. This is actually a little cute little drawing that we had made up. Illustration. The safety trade system buy stop. There's Teamster swimming to the bottom of the pool. He's trying to get the gold coin. See the red right here? Red trunks, trying to go down and get that coin. The trade is trying to go down. Then all of a sudden you have 3 people right here. You see the 3 little lovely people? You have 3 people right there pushing up. 1, 2, 3 green against the red trying to go down. Yes, we use this for our children, but actually it works out great for the adults too. Then above him, you see the green up here? We have 3 green indicators pulling up. We have 3 indicators pushing up, and poor Teamster is trying to go down to the bottom. He cannot, and he goes up. So let's watch this in real time. And let's do that. And let's take this off. Hold on 1 second. Okay. It's trying to go down. The trade is trying to go down. Teamster was trying to go down. And negative. The trade couldn't go down, wouldn't go down. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, Tommy? Long time no talk to you. It's been a great one today, Tommy. You might want to rewatch it. I don't know. Tommy kicks ass. He doesn't need to rewatch it. All right, so this is your buy stop. This is Teamster trying to dive down to the bottom of the pool to get the gold coin down here. He's met with 3 people or 3 indicators trying to push him back up. There's 3 additional indicators that are pulling up. Doop, doop, doop. The trade cannot go down, does not go down, will not go down, and that's the psychology of it. It went up, and there she blows. And that's all it is to it. Now, there's a lot more learning curve on that, but that's what's happening right here. The trade was trying to go down. I'm telling you it's going to go up. How do we spot it? We use the sniper, blue line low, pink line coming down with it, pink and purple low, green, 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 red, green, green, buy stop. How do we spot it? The green is over here, the red, green, red, blue line low, pink line low, orange line above. There's a lot of reasons why I can number this out for you, but there you go. And this is called the buy stop. Teamster, did that help you? Did that help everybody on TikTok and YouTube? So now that we know this is the correct trade and which 2 time frames to trade, which was one of the questions from Fletch or somebody, I forgot who asked the question. This is how you spot the correct trade. Are we all good on finding the correct trade? You can combine this with 1 minute, 15 second. You can combine this with 15 minute, 1 hour. We happen to be combining the weekly and monthly NQ1. Okay, so this is a buy stop. Now, how do we specifically trade this? Now that we know how to find it, who asked that question over here? Maybe it was persistent or crash. I don't know. I am starting to appreciate this. Can you go over time frames? How do you know which time frames to use way ahead of time? Well, his question was a little different, I guess, but you get the idea. All right, let me go over there. So now how do we enter this trade? This is how you enter the trade. We're going to zoom in. We're only going to use our one chart for the entry so you guys can understand it. But technically, your stop loss will go on the second chart, but we'll get to that later. All right, so how do you know where you're going to enter this trade at? When the orange line goes below the green and yellow, like it is right here. I love that when it goes below it, right? When it goes below it, the orange line is now our entry point or what's called a buy stop. You never do market orders. You only do pending orders. What's up, Tommy? I love when Tommy's here. He's rarely here, but I appreciate when he's here. He's the one who made your Discord. You all should give him a big thank you, by the way. He's the one that created the Discord and had me use the Discord. Yep, that's Tommy. All right. And this is your entry right here off the orange. 7s, if you guys understand. When this comes down against the higher time frame, this is how you enter the trade. You wait for the orange line to go below. You put your buy stop on or slightly below the orange line, and you enter the trade. Okay, good. A lot of you are saying yeses. Now, that is our entry. Stop loss. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm not comfortable. I'm going to do this so you guys can see the whole picture here. We're going to redo that. We're going to move that over. I'm going to move this back, way back here, so we can have our play right there. Yep. Okay. So now, stop loss, right? Do 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 do. You can on a higher time frame, especially weekly, you can use a stop loss right here. So watch. Pivot point, it comes down. The money came down. Price action came down. It's eventually going to come above our entry line, which is the orange line right here. Somewhere around here, it'll come above that. When it does, the stop loss will go below your pivot point. Now, in theory, if I was going to, this is entirely too much, but if you went up to the monthly and you saw this movement, in theory, if I'm going to read this just like this, your actual pivot point, you guys would die because this is thousands of pips. Who am I on? And, oh, this is thousands of pips. Would be here. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that stop loss. It's just too deep for me. But that's actually the movement. Now, if this was on a 15-second, 1 minute buy, yeah, hell yeah, I'd use this 1 minute sell stop loss right down here. Absolutely. But on a weekly, this is fucking sick. This is years. There's just no way I'm not using that. It's not practical. You can use the pivot point on this one because it is a weekly, monthly buy stop. Remember, this is weekly over here. This is monthly over here. Okay? So weekly, monthly. This is big time frames. These are huge stop losses for NQ1, but the same principles apply to any 2 time periods, period. Yay, everyone's thanking Tommy. There you go. Tommy, they're all thanking you on, well, Facebook, YouTube, Messenger, wherever, but they're thanking you over there. Yeah, plus he's a good guy. One of the very few people, Keith and Tommy, are the only 2 people I would actually consider, friends from the safety trade system. But anyway, so this is your entry off the orange line, stop loss here. Are we all good with the stop loss and the entries? Yeses or nos? Now, if you wanted to, you can actually trade this using the new steroid version of the rifle, where as soon as these 1 seconds and 5 seconds start to flip, you can enter the trade. How can you do that, or why would you do that? Because you know that you're in a weekly, monthly buy stop, so you can do buy stop within a buy stop, and you can trade 5-second, 10-second buys inside of this trade. So you can do that also, but there's your entrances. Little Joe, Larry, Alex, Jan. Okay, cool, Dennis. All right, now where do you put your take profits? Easiest thing, see how it's right here, right? I would take profit number 1 right off my yellow line. This is TP1, take profit 1. Take profit 2, which I love. Take profit 2 is always the best take profit. Will always go there 99% of the time. Love take profit 2. Take profit 2 is a star. Take profit 2, is that a star? Take profit 2 is just amazing. This is your take profit where the orange line is. Take profit 3 is above that, where you hit your top of your previous highs. And then you let a runner run. And the runners are what creates money. This is your runners right here, boy. When you get the runners to actually not hit, you can go forever. The way to thank me would be to pay attention to Kevin and make lots of wins. Yay, Tommy. I agree with Tommy. Tommy's a good man. A very good man. Just a good guy. All right, so the runners run. And this is one of the runners. This is from yesterday and the day before, watch. This is what happens when you actually follow the rules of the system. Gold has been a runner since January 13th, up $700 an ounce. This is US 30 from 430. So from April the 30th, it's up 1,500 pips. This is US 30 just from yesterday, up 192 pips. And those are the trades when you let them run. You don't close down these trades. You put your take profits and the stop losses on MetaTrader 4. That's what you do. And you let them run. And that is a Hugo's Way account, by the way, just so you're clear. All right. And this is where we're at. We're going to enter off the orange line, take profit 1, 2, 3, stop loss below here. So we are set up. We're going to actually let this trade go forward. I really hate doing these daily ones because by the time it moves, sometimes I'm too late. Yeah, this has kind of touched it, so I'm going to enter the buy right here. Okay, so now we're in the trade. Remember, stop loss is under, not on the pivot point right there. Take profit 1 is going to be here, and take profit 2 is going to be here, and take profit 3 is going to be there, and the runner is going to run. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go forward. You're up a shit ton of money. Don't worry about the money. Worry about if it was the correct call or not. And then we got it again. And then we got it again and again and again and again and again. So far, we're nothing but, there you go. Take profit 1 is hit. You would close down a third of your trade or a fourth of your trade. Take profit 2 is hit. See how it came up and touched take profit 2? That's the take profit 2 is the number one take profit. Isn't that ironic? The second take profit right here happens 99.9, whether it's a 1 second trade, 5 second trade, 15 seconds, it doesn't matter. It's always hit just the way it is. It's perfection the way that thing works. Perfection. Okay. And then you would just let it run the rest of the time. Boop. Now see, what matters is the 100% win rate. Don't worry about the money. Did we have a correct call? And yes, we did. Ding, 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 ding. And that's how to trade this trade. Again, this works on any time frame, any two symbols, any symbol, any time, two time frames. It's just what it does. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody get it? Everybody understand it? And that's how I was able to call this. I was able to call this when it was going down. Everyone said, oh, it's the worst trade in the history of the world. Oh, the tariffs are bringing it down. What happened to the tariffs now, dickweeds? Tariffs had nothing to do with it. It was, what's up, John? Jay Park. I'm assuming that's John Parker. Tariffs news has nothing to do with this trade whatsoever. Let me be clear on this. The only thing that has to do with this trade is the fact that it was a buy stop. Let me be clear on this. This trade was going up regardless of anything. It didn't matter who's in office, if there was tariffs, if it was earnings, it doesn't matter. When you see this weekly, monthly buy stop or a 3-month, 6-month buy stop or a daily, weekly, it doesn't matter what the news says. It doesn't matter. It was going up irregardless of anything they were telling you. It doesn't matter what their fundamentals were. It was going up irregardless of what they were telling you. Let me be clear on this. Listen to me. The old ways of trading, okay, fail 99% of the time. The news, technical data do not matter at all, ever, nada, zero, nothing. Price goes up and down because the market is manipulated. They are not leaving $7.2 trillion a day profit to chance. They know where it is going. You would never leave $7.2 trillion a day profit to chance. Thank you, Crash. You too, Teamster. Have a good weekend, too. Hopefully we can get you retired one day. So you're not going to leave $7.2 trillion a day business to chance? No one is. And we know where it's going, just like they know where it's going, because we have the system. So none of the stuff that you thought works, and that's 99% of the time it fails. The news does not matter. I know where everything's going. Someone asked, how do I know where everything's going before it happens? I know where it's going before it happens because I have the system and it tells me that this is a weekly, monthly buy stop and it's going up to that orange line come hell or high water. And if you go over to here, right here, and we go over to the weekly, you can clearly see that US 30 has not gone to its orange line, take profit too. You can clearly see NAS has, SPX is close, not really there. NAS has, NQ1 has, but US 30 has lots of time to go up. That's why, what trades am I in again? Let's see, I have US 30 open twice from April 30th and yesterday. I have 2 US 30s running. Why? Because they're going to run until it hits the orange line. Then I may close both, or I'll probably just close one and let the other one keep running. But watch, we still have open to you to make money from here, where it's currently at, all the way to here, 2,200 pips for US 30 to hit its orange line. It hasn't done it yet. More importantly than that, watch this one. You guys don't have a heart attack. None of these, watch this. You guys are just going to laugh your asses off. None of the 3-week, weekly, monthly, the pink lines haven't gone up to fill in the gap. We have 3 weeks and monthlies left of it to go up. So when do you all understand why I'm telling you this is a permanent buy until otherwise noted? This is a buy for the next 3 weeks, the next several months. This is a buy on US 30 NAS, NQ1, SPX, ES1. Do you all understand to only play the buys because it's going to go up? See how this price action is already to the orange line on NAS, NQ1, pretty much almost, well, not really, but it's getting close to being there on SPX and ES1, but it's got a long ways to go on US 30. That's why you only take the buys. Does that make sense to everybody? Please take a moment to understand why we don't do the sells when they're fucking buy stops long term. Do you understand that now? Yes or no? Because some of you in the Discord are still saying, hey, I'm going to do this sell. Hey, I'm going to do this sell. Hey, I'm going to do this sell. Oh, I'm going to do this sell. Oh, why didn't the sell go down on US 30? Are you fucking challenged? Why didn't it go down on US 30? Because it's a fucking permanent buy until I tell you otherwise. That's why it didn't go down. This is why. You still have all this money to be made up until this orange line on US 30. That's why. So if they keep dropping it down hard, let's say they keep dropping it down, right? And they bring it down on the 25-minute. Let me make that red. Right? Let's just say they bring this down hard and they go to the 45 and they go to the 1, they go to the 3 hour, they go to the 4 hour, they bring it down everywhere. And all they do is keep bringing it down to say the 4 hour line, right? They keep dropping it. All that's doing is making a bigger buy for us on the daily, weekly, 3 weekly, monthly. They're just making more money for us. See all the money you would have made? Let me be clear on this. You could have and would have, if you had the system, you could have gotten in here. And you would have already been up 5,000 pips. By the time it's done, you'll be up almost 6,500 pips. But by the time it's ultimately done, you'd be up over 9,000 pips. Let them bring it down. The further they bring it down, the harder and faster and higher it goes on the slingshot back up. Does everybody understand that? Taraya Edwards, Dennis, Matt Parker. The higher it will go up. The more they bring it down against where they're supposed to have it, the higher it will spring back up, ricochet back up, move back up. So let it drop. I hope they engage the dailies. I hope they bring the dailies all the way back down to here. Here you go. You want to see how low they can bring this shit down? Watch this shit. Could and should bring this down to 36,000 for US 30. Could and should bring this down to 16,000 for NAS. Could and should bring down to 4,500 for SPX. That's where it should go. Will they do it? I don't know. But if they do, everyone's going to be saying, oh, tariffs, this and news, that bullshit. It needs to go down there. When it goes down there, they're just going to make a bigger buying opportunity for us for on the 3-week. I don't think they're going to do it again. I just don't think they're going to do that. Monthly. Look at this shit. You can't tell me that anyone is silly enough to think this was a sell against this green up. It's not even all the way down yet. This is such a big up. These are going to go to record highs. Within the next 4 years, all indices will be at record highs. I guarantee you that with no guarantee. Sorry, can't say guarantee. I'm not a financial advisor. There's no guarantees, but it will. It's just what it is. So again, when I tell you guys, you can play these 1 second, 5 second sells, feel free, but we only want the buys. Why? Because our rules call for it. Right here. The 6 month, remember the little picture the kids use right here? He's teaching his children. As a matter of fact, wasn't he on this morning? Oh, it's LT was on this morning, not LD. Buys go up. You can't go against the grain. The sells are going against the grain. And that's why you only want the buys. And that's why we can do the sells, but long term for your runners, you only want the buys. They've never brought this down but 3 times in the last 22 years. To any significant level brought it down. They never actually brought it down. It's always gone straight up for 20. Well, the market's only gone straight up since even when they had the Great Depression, even pre-Great Depression, it went straight up since then. So yeah, it never goes down. Just like gold. Gold's never been down since, I can only track it to 1935. Gold's never gone down. Oh, but it's gone down, Kevin. It's gone from 200 to 100. That's not what I'm talking about. Long-term, gold has never, it started at $20 an ounce. Are we higher than $20 an ounce with gold? Oh, but you're calling for it to stay even and go down now. Yep, I'm not getting in until my pink line goes down on the sniper. All right. Is any of this making sense to any of you? Yes or no? Am I helping out any of you to become better with the system? Yes or no? I think this is fun. I think this has been a great morning. I love that there's about 50, 60 of you here this morning on a Saturday morning sharing the morning with me. This has been a blast. Trade gun, yes. Ace bullet, yes. Larry Cooper, yes. This has been a good one. Crystal Clear says, Crash, grateful for the help. You're welcome, Crash. Thank you for saying thank you. Matt Parker says 100%. Yay, Matt. Matt, you liking the Uno reverse steroid trader indicator? I'm going to give a quick lesson on that. I caught the bottom of XRP on that 1 hour line. Thanks to you. Nice, Crash. Yay. Congratulations, Crash. Dennis says, great class. Yay, Dennis. I'm glad you guys are getting something out of it. Trade gun, yes. Nice. All right, I'm going to go over a thing. This is going to be released, Lord willing, within the month. Might not have the signals ability on it, but it might. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk to Keith about that today. But what you're witnessing right here, which is just fucking incredible, right, is something just unbelievable. What you do is you buy the system over here for $575. You come over to the safetytrade.com, right? You buy the system for $575 right here. You'll get if you buy it today, you'll have your training on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do the training and I do the training live. Just utterly amazing. Oops, do we have any left? Okay, we're good. 3. That's what we had the other day. Okay, good. Anyway, so you'll buy the system. Once you buy the system, you can use it raw, or you can use what's called the sniper and the rifle. And the sniper and the rifle are these things. And when you get the sniper, it's $250 a month. The rifle's $50 a month. And if you get them, this eventually will be calling out the signals to the signal room for you guys and your charts. This is what tells you when it's happening. So you can see it all flipping to red, blah, 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 right? So it's going to red, no problem. But it also tells you when it's called the Uno reverse for a reason. See the name Uno reverse? Because it tells you when it starts to turn and go back up again. And when it turns and starts to go back up again, you can get on the 1 second, 5 seconds, or 10 seconds, and you can start making trades pretty much every day, 2 or 3 times a day. You don't want to over trade, but you can definitely make a trade or two every day with this particular add-on right here. It is optional. You don't have to have it, but boy, oh boy, I bet you John Parker, Matt Parker, and I think we're up to 50, 55 people in it. Let me see. There is 53 users, and that's the only ones that can get in. No one else can get in. Do not write asking to get in. They're all testing it, and then eventually within a week they'll all be kicked out, and then if they want to purchase it, they can purchase it. And it's going to be the sniper rifle first, and then along with this for $50 a month. And what we do with it is this. So say, for instance, right here, you have, see how you have green right here on the 1 seconds, right? We're going to wait for US 30 and NAS to flip to green, and then you're going to trade. You will then trade, if you want, demo trade only, SPX and ES1. You'll trade these to the blue line. This is your blue line on price action. This is called the bullseye blue line, and some people are calling it that, and that's what it does. How do you know you're going to be in the right trade? Because the sniper will tell you that. Blue line will be high, pink low, arch up, come up, and you'll be in a buy stop. That's how you'll know. Isn't that fucking wild? So pretty much, pretty much, you're going to have a foolproof way of trading. See, there it is. There it's going to it right now. Buy stop, demo trade only, SPX to the 5 second blue line, ES1 to the 5 second blue line at open, and then to the 10 second blue line. These are free signals for you for sitting through all my boring talking and helping you out. Okay? His 15,000 morning trade. Uno reversal is worth it, guys. He's showing us how he made the in-your-face haters trade from yesterday. Yep. Oh, it's fun. Because we had that one silly person who was a hater. This is this, and this is that, and that is this. God, people, just get a life. If you don't like what I'm saying, leave. I don't give 2 fucks. I'm not here to do anything other than to help you all trade. That's my only goal in life, is to help you all trade. Make consistent profits. Hopefully get you all retired. Yeah, if you don't like what I have to say, leave. If you don't like the way I teach, leave. If you don't like anything, leave. Get the fuck out. How about me to be clear about that? If it wasn't on TikTok right now, I'd be shredding. And actually, you're wrong on the $15,000. That $15,000 trade is now a $19,000 in-your-face trade right there. And this is from yesterday. And this is for the hater fucktard. Oh, shit. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. All right. Does anybody have any questions over anything? Does anybody... Universal is good, worth it, guys. I would say it's reverse it. It's literally going to send out signals, and it literally tells you when the buy stops are flipping and forming. Crazy good. All right. I think we've been on long enough. How long have we been on for? 2 hours and 44 minutes, 3 hour live. Hope you guys appreciate that. Appreciate you all being here. Have a great weekend. I will not be on later today, almost for surely. I think I'll be on tomorrow morning, though, to get you all set up for the open. Well, I already did, but I'll get you set up further for the open. All right, TikTokers, God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Ace Bullet. Thank you, Trade Gun. God bless you all. All right. YouTubers, any questions before I go? Any questions before I go? All right. Sign in early. You're welcome, Matt. Thank you, Alex. You have a blessed weekend too. God bless you, Crash. All right. Talk to y'all later. God bless. That was a nice morning. Wow. Pretty cool. Where the hell